This is your fun block flow. Hi, friend. I am Katie Arnold. Welcome back to your mat. Welcome back to my channel. Today's class is all about having a little bit of fun as we flow on our mats with a block. So obviously prop wise, you do need one block. You only need one block. If you don't have a block, find something sturdy, similar, and you can do the flow with that, or do this flow minus the block. Once we slow down, we will take a supported bridge pose if you don't have a block for that, and you're doing the rest of this class without a block as well. Then my suggestion is to grab a pillow or something that you can slide underneath your hips for that support. So grab a block if you're going to use it for this fun class today. Roll out your yoga mat if it's not already, and meet me right back here. All right, so we're gonna get started in a seated posture. You can just set your block off to the side for now. Let your sit bones be nice and heavy. Lengthen up through the spine. Just come into a nice, gentle seated posture. Take a big breath in through the nose and a big breath out through the mouth. Just start to come into your body, come into your mat. Take a couple more of those cleansing breaths if they suit you today. Seeing if we can be really present in this time for ourselves. And then start to build our ujjayi breath, that nose to nose breathing. So it's the inhale through the nose. It's like constriction at the back of the throat. Exhale back out through the nose. It's that ocean sounding breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale back out through the nose. Inhale, reach your arms out nice and wide, palms meet overhead. And exhale, drop that right hand beside that right hip, left arm reaching over to the right. Let's move dynamically. Inhale up through center. Exhale, left hand plants, right arm reaches to the left. Inhale up through center. Exhale over to the right. Inhale up through center. Exhale to the left. Inhale up through center. One more time each side. Exhale to the right. Pause here for a full round of breath. Inhale through center. And exhale over to the left. Full round here. Inhale back up through center. Place your hands down on the mat and just start to walk your hands out in front of you, finding a seated fold. Still pulling the hips down towards the mat, just walking it as far as feels good. We're still warming up, so you might not take it super deep here. And inhale, walk it back up. Go ahead and switch the crossing of your legs. So bring the other shin in front. Inhale, reach your arms high. This time, exhale, twist to the right. That right hand goes behind the right hip. Left hand crosses. Inhale up through center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist right. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist left. One more time, each side. Inhale through center. Exhale, twist right. Pause. Find that full round of breath. Find the length through the spine. Inhale through center. Exhale to the left. Full round here. Inhale through center. Walk your hands out in front of you. Find that gentle seated fold. And start to walk it back up and meet me in a neutral tabletop position. So wrists underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. And then inhale to drop your belly, lift your gaze, coming through cow pose. Exhale, belly button to spine, chin to chest for cat. Inhale is cow, heart shines forward, gaze pulls forward. Exhale through cat. Let your spine round, pulling up towards the ceiling. Inhale, belly drops. Exhale, spine rounds. Coming back to that neutral tabletop position. Start to curl your toes under and let your hips go up and back. Find our downward facing dog. So pedaling out those heels, bending one knee, bending the other. Walking out your downward facing dog. Breathing into the backs of the legs. Opening up those hamstrings. Maybe you start to find some stillness as that works for you. Let your chest press back towards your thighs. Big breath in and out. Inhale that right leg high behind you. And exhale, step your right foot through in between your hands. Soften that left knee down. And let's just come up onto our fingertips. Find length through the spine. Right knee tracking over that right ankle. So don't let your knee come past the toes. Big inhale breath. Stay for that breath out. Curl your left toes back under and step it back to a high plank. So your palms pressing into your mat, heels pulling towards the back of your space. Create that long line of energy. So being really mindful not to let our hips drop too low, not to lift our booties too high, but we have that straight line from the crown of your head, down your back, down your legs to the heels of your feet. Big breath in. Exhale, drop your knees, lower all the way down to your belly. Untuck your toes. Inhale, lift your head, lift your chest. Putting just a little bit of weight in your hands coming into our cobra pose. Feeling that entire backside body start to activate. One more inhale. And exhale, lower down. Inhale up through your tabletop, or you could press it up through high plank. The choice is yours here. And exhale, downward facing dog. Take a full round of breath. We'll take that to the other side. Inhale the left leg high. Exhale, step it all the way through. Soften that right knee down. Find your low lunge. Untented fingertips. Length through the spine. Sending your breath down to the front of that right hip. One more breath. Start to curl those right toes under. Step it back to your high plank pose. Big breath in. And out. Stay with straight legs, or at any point drop down onto your knees. Inhale, take a gentle shift forward. Let your shoulders come past the wrist creases. And then exhale, lower halfway down. Chaturanga. Elbows are in close. Inhale, upward facing dog. Heart shines forward. Thighs are off the mat. Exhale, downward facing dog. Roll over your toes. Hips go high. Big breath in. Big breath out. Full round of breath. Let's start to have some fun with our block. So inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, flat back. Exhale and fold. Grab that block. Slide it in between the thighs. And then sink your seat down, sweep your arms up, chair pose. Now you might have to find the best placement of the block for you, but those thighs are hugging the block together. Just like in our normal chair pose, I want you to be able to look down past your knees and see all 10 toes. Your fingertips are reaching up to about that place where the wall meets the ceiling. Core is engaged. Big breath in. Exhale, folding forward. Release that block down. Place both hands onto the block. Right foot stays down. Inhale, lift the left leg up, standing L. So flex those left toes down towards your mat. Find the length through the spine, so no strain in your neck. Big inhale breath. Exhale, step those left toes all the way to the back of your mat. Grab that block. Inhale, reach both arms up, crescent with the block in between your hands. So really squeezing that block. Lengthen through the side body. Just like in our low lunge, right knee over that right ankle. Big inhale breath. Exhale, open up warrior two. That back heel spins down. Block comes in the right hand. Using over that block. Shoulders over the hips. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Reach up and back. That block is coming with you. Start to straighten that right leg. Reach that block forward now. And then exhale, bring it down to the mat. Triangle pose. That right hand resting down on your block. Left arm reaching up towards the ceiling. And take your gaze wherever feels best to you. Maybe straight ahead. Maybe down at your mat for a little bit more support. Maybe all the way up at that left hand. Big inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Hands framing that front foot. Place that block on the inside of that right foot. Left hand plants on the block. Inhale, reach that right arm up. Add a twist. Low twisting lunge. And I just want you to notice with that block, find the extra expansion, the extra lift that exists. So if you don't often add a block to your practice, I just want you to notice how it changes things. Maybe things you like, maybe things, that are fine. Take one more inhale. Exhale, back down, runner's lunge. Slide the block out of the way. Step it back, high plank. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, halfway or all the way down. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Hips go high. Find your breath. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, meet me at the top of your mat. Inhale, flat back. And exhale, fold. Take that block, slide it in between your thighs, sink that seat down, sweep those arms up, find that chair pose. Find the squeeze, that thigh activation. Find your breath, your life force. One more inhale. Exhale, fold forward, release the block, hands plant down. Inhale, lift that right leg up. The inner right thigh spiraling up towards the ceiling. Neutral neck. One more inhale breath. Exhale, step the right toes to the back of your mat. We're on railroad tracks. Grab that block. Inhale, reach up crescent with the block in between your hands. Settle in. Engage that core. Being mindful not to jut those low ribs forward. That core engagement will automatically pull them back in place. Big inhale breath. Exhale, open up warrior two. Heel to arch alignment. Block in the left hand this time. Gazing over that left hand. Big inhale. Big exhale and settle. Inhale, reverse that warrior, reaching that block up. Straighten that left leg, reach the block forward now, and then bring it down, triangle pose. Right arm reaching up towards the ceiling. Being really mindful not to dump all of our weight down into that left hand, into that block. Just using it for a little bit more support. Big inhale. Exhale, runner's lunge. Hands framing that left foot. The block on the inside of the left foot, right hand plants on it. Inhale, reach that left arm up. Add your twist. Stay for that inhale breath. Exhale back down to that runner's lunge. Slide your block out of the way. Step it back, high plank. Inhale, shift it forward. Exhale, halfway or all the way. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Big breath in. Big breath out. Inhale onto your tippy toes. Exhale, bend your knees, gaze forward, meet me at the top of your space. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, come all the way down onto a seat. So bring that block with you later, have it accessible, and start to make your way into a boat pose. So leaning back till you feel that core engagement, either come onto the heels of your feet, if this is enough, or start to lift your shins parallel with the mat. Hands can rest behind your thighs here. You can reach them forward. Flex the toes back towards your face. Big inhale breath. Stay for the exhale. Option 1, stay right here. Option 2, start to lower your boat, hovering it off of the mat. Exhale, bring it back up, high boat. Inhale is that lower, that hover. Exhale, we lift. 2 more. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Last one. Inhale, lower. Feel that shake. Exhale, lift it up. Inhale, we all lower and lower all the way down to the mat. Walk the feet in. Feet are going to be hips width distance, arms by your side. Tuck that tailbone. Inhale, start to lift the hips up, bridge pose. So we'll start with holding this bridge right here. All 4 corners of the feet pressing down into the mat. Hands pressing down into the mat. Feel the glutes engaged, but don't make them do all the work here. Think about lifting up through the hip points. Big inhale. Big exhale. Take 1 more breath in. Exhale, lower everything back down. Once the hips hit, gently windshield wiper those knees side to side. And now setting up for that supported bridge. So plant your feet, tuck that tailbone. Inhale, lift the hips up, slide that block underneath your tailbone, allowing your body to rest down and be supported by that block. Check in with your breath. Notice if it started to get away from you, even in our short practice, our short time together. I know I felt my breath starting to get away. It's amazing how just a little bit of extra weight from a block can start to change our practice, especially depending on the material of your block. If it's a lighter, foamy block, then maybe it didn't feel like that much of a difference. If you're using a cork block like me, maybe you felt it a little bit more. Start to think about allowing your exhales to be a little bit longer than your inhales. And take 2 more breaths. Start to press into the feet, lift your hips off of your block, slide that block out of the way, and just set it off to the right now. Gently windshield wiper those knees side to side. And then keep that right foot planted. Cross the left ankle over the right thigh, coming into our figure 4 stretch. Stay right here if this is enough, or you can hug the legs in a little bit closer. For me today, this is actually feeling perfect, so I'm not going to mess with this. We'll just stay right here for myself. So listen to what your body needs, what your body is asking for. Backing out where that may be the better way to go. Maybe going a little bit deeper if that feels like the right move to make. Taking the ego out of it. Take one more full round of breath. So we're going to keep that figure 4 position, but we're going to start to lift the hips up, slide them a little bit more to the left side of your mat, and start to roll onto the outside of the right leg. And I'm going to take that block and I'm just going to slide it underneath that left foot for a little bit more support. So you don't have to use your block here either if you don't want to, but coming into our figure 4 twist, I like the addition of the block personally, but you do you. And take your gaze wherever feels best to you. Maybe over that left shoulder, maybe just up towards the ceiling. And starting to unwind, coming back through to center. Uncross your legs and we'll take it to the other side. That left foot will stay down. That right ankle will cross over the left thigh or the left knee and either stay here or hug the legs in. And also take a moment here to notice if it feels different from side to side. I actually have a little bit more space on this side than I did the other. So I could probably hug this leg package in a little bit more. Whereas on the other side today, that wasn't quite feeling good. So I just want you to honor where your body is at. Acknowledge that things can change. They can look a little bit different. And first releasing that left foot down to the mat. Keep the figure 4 position, slide the hips over towards the right, and start to roll onto the outside of the left leg. Maybe you let that right foot rest down on a block if that feels good to you. Your choice. Right arm out of the right shoulder, and I like to take my left hand and just bring it on the inside of my right thigh and just gently guide that knee away. First, unwind, come back through to center, and then bring both knees into your chest. Take some gentle rocks side to side, massaging out the low back, maybe taking some circles with the knees, making sure to reverse the circles. And as you're ready, start to extend your legs long. Coming into our final resting posture, our Shavasana. Release any tension, anything you might be holding on to. And ever so gently, start to bring some awareness back to the physical body in whatever way that might feel good for you. Taking your time, slowly easing out, and making your way over onto your favorite side, coming into a fetal posture. And gently transitioning up to an easy seat, allowing your sit bones to be heavy, lengthening through the side body, crown of your head pulling up towards the ceiling. Inhale, sweep those arms out nice and wide, palms meeting overhead. Exhale, let your hands come down through heart center. I hope you had as much fun with that flow as I did today. Om Shanti. Peace. Thank you so much for joining me for our fun block flow. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed a new way to play with props in your practice. If you are not already subscribed to my channel, please take a moment to do so. It helps more people find free yoga just like this and allows me to keep bringing you free yoga classes. Like this video, comment below if you have any requests for future practices. I always love to hear what you are working on in your personal practice. And then if you don't have my free mindful movement class calendar, the link is in the description below. It helps meet you where you're at on any given day and choose the movement practice to meet you there. So I will meet you back on your mat for your next practice.